welcome to the Festival of Storytellers.
I can't tell you how excited I am to be on right now. It's been a couple of weeks of excitement, getting prepared, and I've done a lot of things in my life, but this has got to be close to the top.
Thank you, and Reader's Magnet, and thank you, John, for putting this forth and taking the chance on us authors in presenting this out to the world.
I've enjoyed this immensely, Joanne.
Ellie, so have I. Thank you for who you are, and thank you, Reader's Magnet. You all are beautiful, and you've worked so very hard, and we are blessed.
We are.
I thank everybody that's involved with this process, because we know writers need readers and writers need publishers. We thank Reader's Magnet and everybody that's involved. I love Reader's Magnet. They say, we share your stories with the world.
Hey everybody, how's everybody doing today? My name is Clarence Causby. I am the author of the books Soul Exchange, Erebus the Ranger, and Talking to the Devil. I do have one more book that's coming out this year. It's called Armageddon. So if you guys are tuning in and just in case you guys missed, Mondays and the last interview that I did, welcome in. I'll just be going over some books and everything, and letting you guys know all about Talking to the Devil, and I'll even probably go back over Erebus again too. So thank you all for coming and everything, and I hope you guys enjoy this. So, hi Rebecca, how are you? So good to see you. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. So everybody, this is the book Talking to the Devil. All the covers was done by my friend Arnaldo Rosado. So he did all my book covers for me, and I love them. And so basically, Talking to the Devil, I would say, might be a little bit controversial, especially for people that kind of go to church. So basically, it's about this guy named Gary Winscombe. So basically, he's wondering why all the things are going on in the church, in the world. Why is, Lucifer doing all of this, doing that. Hey, Bobby, how are you? Thank you for coming. I'm good. How are you doing? Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. And Gary Winscombe, he's like, well, God, I want to talk to the devil. I want to talk to Lucifer. He goes, I want to give him a piece of my mind. I want to tell him a few things. So God's like, okay, you can go ahead. You can talk to him. And you wind up finding in the book that God tells Lucifer, listen, Gary Winscombe, he wants to talk to you because he has a lot that he wants to say to you. He has a lot to get off of his chest about the things that you're doing. Hey, Junjay, how are you? How are you? Oh, well, I appreciate that. Yeah. Oh, but matter of fact, I don't know if you was here so you've seen the book today. Well, I was talking about, I got a lot of books that's coming up that's going to be anime related. I have a lot of stuff in the works right now for all my new books. I'm so excited. I can't really talk about it now, but I think everything that you're going to see, especially for the books that's going to be related to anime, is going to be absolutely amazing. So please stay tuned for that. Not just the anime books, but more of the other books too that's not really anime related, but I've got a lot of great things planned in store for the things. I've been talking to my friend about it, and so once I come off of this break, I'm going to get really into it and really start grinding out the books and everything. Oh, thank you so much, Bob. I appreciate that. Yeah, my friend, he did this. Matter of fact, he did all my covers. He did this cover right here for Talking to the Devil. He did Soul Exchange, and he did Erebus the Ranger. He does like all my book covers for me, and so I'm truly like I'm really blessed to like have him, do all the. Oh, thank you so much, Jess. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. That really means a lot to me. Like, thank you so much. I'm so glad you do. So glad you do. And and I would like to tell everybody too, if there's certain books that you read or so that may not really you know engage you so much, or you may not really care for them too much, give me some time, please, please, please. And a lot of people usually think I'm kidding. Hey, Margaret, how are you? Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. So good to have you here. Thank you for joining in. I appreciate it. I have anywhere from 30 to 50 books, but I think the numbers like have grown because I've gotten like a whole lot of new ideas for more books, and they just keep coming. And most of my books will be series, so I'm excited about it. So once I come off of this break, to recoup from putting out 3 books this year, um, it's gonna be full steam ahead. Like I'm excited, and it's hard now too because I liked writing when I was doing Soul Exchange. I'm like, okay, this is kind of cool. I enjoy writing, but doing these 3 books, like I fell in love with writing. I've become literally addicted to it. Like so, taking this break is hard for me. It really is. Like I want to write so bad, but I'm getting more and more ideas like on this break. So I'm gonna try to hold out on this break as long as I can. But knowing me, like I'm just ready to start writing again, like because I'm so amped up and so excited about it. So, please stay tuned. Check out my website. Some of my social media pages, like Clarence Causby Books on Facebook and Clarence Causby Books on Instagram, where I'll be giving out information about like all the different books and everything that came out, that's coming out, all that kind of stuff. But these next books are going to be very, very amazing and exciting because I want to take my writing to like a whole other level and everything. So just be prepared and ready because I'm ready to go full force. I really am. Definitely want all this. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Trust me. The anime ones that I'm gonna come out with are definitely gonna be series. You'll notice too, because matter of fact, somebody I think it was JM. He was talking about how this kind of reminded like the cover of Erebus, the Ranger, kind of reminded him of like the Berserk manga and anime. So I I was talking to my friend that did the covers, and we was talking about like I would love for that for Erebus to be like in anime, manga, stuff like that. Oh, what inspired Erebus the Rangers? So Rebecca, I can play games. I do. I'm a gamer. Maybe not as much as I used to be, but I play console games and I play mobile phone games. So I was playing this one game on my phone. I can't even remember what game it was. I was playing. I'm like, oh, this is like such a great story. I'm like, ooh, and all of a sudden, like the idea kept just coming. Like, ooh, like I need to write a book. And so I'm like, do I want to do something about a knight and sword and shield? Do I want to do something about a thief? Or I'm like, oh, a ranger. And so I remember, rangers from like Lord of the Rings, from like all other kind of like books and movies and series and games and stuff like that. So I'm like, I make one about the ranger, and this one had to be like the most fun for me to write. Definitely had to be the most fun for me. Bob, trust me. I can I like thank you so much. I thank you so much for that. No, trust me. I get it. When you say you have a lot on your plate and you wish you had the passion, like trust me, I can understand because this is gonna sound crazy, but when I was doing Erebus at the last job that I had, I was trying to like really trying to like really get this book out and really just write, and it was hard for me because I'd have to go to work. I'd go to work maybe about 2:30 at like 2:30 in the afternoon, or sometimes they would change my hours where it'd be like 11, 12 o'clock, like 12 noon, 11 o'clock in the morning or so, and I wouldn't get out till about 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning because I would usually do like 11 to a 15-hour shift at my last job. So like before work, I would just write like when I go, like even doing like when I was on my lunch, I would just like, write out things like on my phone. When I got home, I would just write until I got sick and tired or I can just fall asleep. Hi Monique, how you doing? Have you ever thought of writing science fiction? It's funny you say that because somebody had told me that when they saw Soul Exchange right here, that they thought, I had a lot of people say that they thought, Soul Exchange was about science fiction. So I'm like, I don't know if I'll ever do science fiction, but lo and behold, like right after, I was talking about that, I got an idea for science fiction, like out in space and stuff like that. And then I was looking up the genre, which I didn't know was a genre at the time, was cyberpunk. And so, because I played the game Cyberpunk, and I was like, "Oh, this is kind of cool." That was pretty much around like science fiction too. So I'm definitely going to have, as of right now, I have 2 books right now that I want to do for science fiction. Hey, just a yes, absolutely. Soul Exchange. Oh, thank you so much. I can't take no credit for the way it looks. I appreciate that. I'll definitely have to let my friend Arnaldo know because he did the book cover. But yes, it's available on Amazon. It's available in Barnes and Nobles. Matter of fact, you can get Erebus the Ranger. You can get Talking to the Devil on Amazon, Barnes and Noble. So you can definitely get them too. Like it's in Soul Exchange is actually in hardcover, paperback, and Kindle. And on Barnes and Nobles, it's in hardcover, paperback, and I think that Amazon has like not Amazon, but Barnes and Nobles has like the Nook. I think I'm not really sure, but yes, Children's Day. It will. The one that I'm currently thinking of writing that I'm getting all like ideas and everything for now. It would definitely have like powers in it, but it'd be like natural, like born powers, that'll be in there definitely. The other one that I have in mind, it was just gonna be so very anime like, will have powers, but you'll notice like a little thing from like Bleach, like because if you watch Bleach from like the very first few episodes when Ichigo goes to Soul Society, you'll find out like once if you watch it, you'll understand like where it's coming from. And the one book, what made you made you want to be a writer? Honestly, Margaret, that's hard. That's not really hard. Well, I didn't know what I want to be. First, thought I wanted to be a professional wrestler. Then I thought I want to be a chef. Then I thought I want to be an undertaker. I know it's all kind of weird and crazy, but one day I was worked at this audio book company, and so one day I was just home from work, and I was just minding my own business, just on a computer playing games, and then like I got like the idea for Soul Exchange in my head. I was like, it's like just like a quick, like 5-second picture in my head. I was like, oh, okay, well, that's kind of strange. I'm like, whatever. I just passed it off. The next few days, I kept getting, more and more pictures in my head about it. And then I was like, okay. But like, as I was getting the pictures, I kind of knew like along like the road that it was going. And so like, I'm just like, I passed it off. And I told my mom, like, Mom, like, it's weird. I keep getting like all these thoughts about like this and this and this. And so my mom, she's like, boy, like, don't you understand? Like, that's God trying to tell you, you better write that book. I'm like, all right, sure, no problem. I'll write it. That took me forever, though. I'm sorry, it's refreshing because it's not your running milk fish. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, like it's not because I want to try to do different things with the books. I want to try to bring people in so they kind of escape reality a little bit. Kind of envisioning the characters, the elements that's like in the book, from like the weather to the scenery, stuff like that. So I appreciate that. That really means a lot to me. Thank you so much for that. And I kept getting ideas for the books and everything. So I'm just like, okay. And that's how I just like grew to love writing. How do you develop your plot and characters? So let me say this. So Erebus the Ranger, right? This one right here. That was pretty much, I just like, it just comes to like, I know it's going to sound kind of crazy and weird, but like it just came to like, it just come to me. But now for Soul Exchange, Talking to the Devil, and the other book that I got that I'm going to have coming out, Armageddon. God definitely gave me those like the ideas for like the characters and the plot for the story, because I kind of like I was saying on Monday was that like if someone actually had a gun to my head and said, he goes, you have to write like a religious book within like 5 minutes. I'm like, well, we'll kill you. I'm like, honestly, I really like you probably would just have to kill me because like, there's no way I could write it. So I give that all credit all to God because like there's no way. Now you talk about like science fiction, fighting stuff like absolutely. I'm like I can come up with one just like that like in a split second. Oh, thanks, Bob. I appreciate it. I'm working really hard. I've gotten like a lot of you know, I was like researching a lot of like a lot about cyberpunk, and I was getting some ideas. So I have a few ideas as of right now. So I can't wait to get on them too. Honestly, it's weird because sometimes, like when I did Soul Exchange, I had stopped for like 7 or 8 years, and then I, started back. But then some things I couldn't really remember. I remember about like 90% of it. So usually, like it just comes to me. Usually, like it comes to me like as I'm writing. So as I'm writing, I'm just like writing. And I'm just and like I just start popping in my head. So I'm like, so I'll just go ham with it. I really will. I'll just be like typing like crazy. I'm like, oh, like this should be like, oh, this should happen. This should happen. This should happen. This should happen. Oh, this character should be feeling this way. This character should look like this. This character should be, fighting like this. And what's this is gonna sound even more weird was that when I did Erebus, I was literally like practicing like acting out the fight scenes, by myself. So I know that's kind of weird. It's quite. Oh, thank you so much, Rebecca. Yeah, okay, it was cause I was cleaning an office one night like at my last job, and then I heard I heard this voice says, "Talk to the devil." I'm just like, "Talk to the devil." I'm like, what? Talk to the devil. I'm like, oh, okay. And then I kind of took some things that I kind of like witnessed, in churches and stuff like that. I kind of say it's controversial because I'm pretty sure a lot of people from churches may not like it. They may feel offended by it, but it is what it is, I'm looking forward to reading the new ones I ordered. Also, Talking to the Devil is about a guy named Gary Winscombe. He wants to give the devil a piece of his mind. So he asks God, God, I want to talk to the devil. I want to give him a piece of my mind. He wants to know why people leave churches, why people don't pay tithes or all this other stuff. So God tells the devil, he's like, hey, listen, Gary Winscombe wants to talk to you. He wants to get something off his chest about, what you're doing to people. And so Lucifer's like, okay, fine. He wants to talk to me? No problem. We can do that. He's like, but I got questions for him. So God tells Gary, he's like, listen, you can definitely talk to him. So God tells Lucifer, you can talk to him, but you have to answer his questions truthfully. You cannot lie to him, and you cannot kill him. So really, he wanted. Oh, like kind of be like that in Naruto. Yeah, it'll be something like almost kind of like the chakra, the nen. I don't know yet. That I'm trying to figure out, but it's gonna be sick. It's gonna be very, very sick, and it's gonna trust me. Like when you read it, like you'll automatically pick up that it's all about it. That is completely anime oriented. So yeah, like I think you will enjoy it. You really will because like I binge watch anime all the time. Oh, thank you so much, Monique. I appreciate that. And how'd you come up with Soul Exchange? Also, Soul Exchange was coming to me when I was off of work, and I just kept getting like pictures in my head, and it was weird because like when I was getting a picture in my head, I kind of like okay, I just knew that it was supposed to be like a book, but I just passed off. I like whatever, who cares? And then I saw another book, and then I was getting like more and more pictures throughout like over the course of a few days, and then the piece was kind of like coming together like a puzzle. So I'm just like, okay, so this is what it's supposed to be about. So Soul Exchange is supposed to be like this. And then my mom was like, she's like, God's trying to tell you to write a book. I was like, okay, cool. But like, I didn't really figure out what the soul, or like to name it Soul Exchange until I was reading. I'm like, well, it's about giving, selling of the soul. And I'm like, oh, Soul Exchange. I'm like, okay. And so I came up with the whole ideas of the cover of, like the Adam symbol right here, and like God's hand and the devil's hand trying to like come up and grab it. So that's how I came up with it. Like that was purely inspired by God, though. How many hours do you write a day? That's a good question. It depends. Like if I'm working, depending on what time I go to work, I may write during like if I'm on lunch or when I come home. So if I'm coming home from work, it'll usually be about like 3 or 4 hours. But when I was doing Erebus the Ranger, though, and this is a one-time thing. It was a one-time thing because like it got crazy because I one day it was on a Saturday. I stayed up for almost close to like 21 hours, 21, 22 hours of writing Erebus. And like I was just going at it. Like I was just so in the zone, just like writing, and I was just so into it. Until like it was about like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and I was just like falling asleep, like nodding off, and went to sleep. Woke up around 4 hours later, and then read what I wrote. I had to like take out the whole page and then rewrite that whole page over and over again. Awesome! Thank you so much. Like I hope you will be my number one fan. That'd be awesome. But you're gonna notice a lot of different things, a lot like in that book that's gonna have a lot of different characteristics from other books. For Erebus the Ranger, it was from like a video game from a game I was playing on the phone. Soul Exchange, God kind of gave me the idea for the book. Talking to the Devil, God gave me the idea for that book too. So I was just like, okay. Talking to the Devil was more or less from like things that I noticed, things that I witnessed personally, that I saw in different churches and everything. Like if I saw like visiting our church or whatever, I'm just like, okay. And so I just put that in there because I think people kind of get the wrong ideas and connotations about churches sometimes because, some people probably aren't where they should be, as far as like pastors go or things like that. And, but it's pretty much, like explaining, you know, you can't really treat people any kind of way. You really have to like really be sold out and be like really like follow God's plan and his will. If you're gonna be a preacher and really like listen to what he tells you, so you don't really drive people away. And most people are like, oh, the devil made me do it. The devil made me do it. The devil made me do it. So the one example that I have from it was in Talking to the Devil is you see Lucifer talking and oh, thank you so much. Like the spirit of thank you so much. I appreciate that, Bob. Thank you so much. Absolutely. You just gotta take your time when doing when you're writing anything, but you can always make time. Never put a deadline because I've done that before. I mean, having a deadline kind of like push me harder and really get my books done, but things happen where you can't really keep up with the deadline, so it's kind of interesting. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And I hope you enjoy it too, because like I think my other books I'm gonna bring out is gonna be a lot better. So I'm definitely excited about it. So I just want to let everybody know that you can buy my books on Amazon, on Barnes and Nobles. Soul Exchange is in paperback, hardcover, and for Kindle, and Barnes and Nobles hardcover, paperback. I think Nook edition too. But Talking to the Devil and Erebus is just in paperback and on ebook. So you can go there, like I said, to Barnes and Nobles or Amazon. Soul Exchange in particular. Oh, thank you so much, Ethan. I appreciate that. I'm glad you think so, because I want my books to be interesting, to like all the readers and everything. I want to kind of keep their interest alive. So what I do, and I don't know if people will really like this or not, but I'm quick to give specific like graphic details of like how a person looks, how they're feeling, how the scenery is like placed, how like the raw emotion that they're feeling and stuff, because I really want people to kind of have a bond with like the characters, whether it's just the main character, the villains, or they want them to hate I want my character, I want the readers to hate the villains or feel bad, for certain people throughout the book. So, I really try my best to really put like all my heart and soul into the writing process. And I really love it. I do. I know I need this break, but like it's so hard. Mhm. Hey Jennifer, oh, you actually started a book. I'm a little stuck. Listen, I'm telling you, do not give up. Don't give up at all. Like I'm rooting for you. And listen, you can like when you get your book out, let me know because you can, like I said, you can contact me on Facebook at Clarence Causby Books or Clarence Causby Books on Instagram too. Let me know the title of your book, and I will I will help you push your book. I will let like all my friends on and everybody who I follow on Instagram, Facebook, all about your book. Like that's amazing. Like keep it up, like definitely keep it up, keep working and trust me, take some time away, relax, even if you take like a week away, take a week away, but like don't give up on it. Like you're going to do it. You're going to be a great author. You really will. I have faith in you and I believe in you. So you're good to go. All right, everybody. So we're coming to a close. Got like 3 minutes left, but I want to thank you all for coming. Thank you guys so much for all your questions. I loved your questions. Like, thank you so much. And thank you for interacting with me and engaging me. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Oh, thank you so much, Precious. I appreciate it. I love it. Oh, tomorrow will be my last night. I will be on live from 7. I think it's, I gotta look. I think it's either I think it's from 7:30 to 8 o'clock. I'll be on tomorrow night. So tomorrow will be my last night, but I'm excited and I'm so glad that you find me exciting. I appreciate that. I try to bring all this excitement into my books as well. But once again, thank you all so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you for keeping me company here. Thank you for listening to me ramble on, and thank you so much for the questions. I appreciate it. That means a lot. Oh, thanks, Bob. I appreciate like that really means a lot to me. It really does like that. That really encourages me to to try to hurry and get off of this break since I can keep on writing anything. I'm so excited. But thank you so much for that, Bob. Thank you guys for the compliments. I appreciate it. Like you guys don't know what that does to me. That's making me really more excited and want to hurry and get off this break soon so I can start writing and feed you guys, not overload you, but give you guys a whole wide range of books from sci-fi to action to whatever. So keep an eye out for my books. Check out my pages, please. Tell your friends, tell your families about the books and everything. I'm so excited, to be talking in front of you guys. So guys, thank you so much. Have a great rest of the week. And I hope you guys come back tomorrow and we can chat again and interact again. Thank you so much, everybody. I hope that you guys have a great rest of the week and I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right. Take care, guys. Appreciate you. Love you all. Take care.